issued 10 disgusting demands for white people. Read her list here. Many Americans have been fooled into thinking that Black Lives Matter is a peaceful activist group. They couldn't be more wrong. After reading this list of 10 demands a prominent BLM activist has for white people, you'll see what they really are. Black Lives Matter was birthed under Obama, after he spent years creating racial tensions and blaming white people for everything. The media gleefully supported this endeavor, by constantly politicizing their shooting stories and blaming white cops for everything. The fact of the matter is that most blacks are killed by other blacks, not white cops. BLM insists upon blaming Caucasians for everything though, which is why they just issued a sick list of 10 demands for all white people. Chanel Helm, who calls herself a Black Lives Matter leader, says that things must change in this country. In the article that she wrote, she lists the following demands. 1. White people, if you don't have any descendants, will your property to a black or brown family. Preferably one that lives in generational poverty. 2. White people, if you are inheriting property you intend to sell upon acceptance, give it to a black or brown family. You're bound to make that money in some other white privileged way. 3. If you are a developer or realty owner of multifamily housing, build a sustainable complex in a black or brown blighted neighborhood and let black and brown people live in it for free. 4. White people, if you can't afford to downsize, give up the home you own to a black or brown family. Preferably a family from generational poverty. 5. White people, if any of the people you intend to leave your property to are racist assholes, change the will, and will your property to a black or brown family. Preferably a family from generational poverty. 6. White people, re-budget your monthly so you can donate to black funds for land purchasing. 7. White people, especially white women, because this is your specialty, Nosy Jenny and meddling Kathy, get a racist fired. Y'all know what the fuck they be saying. You are complicit when you ignore them. Get your boss fired cause they racist too. 8. Backing up number 7, this should be easy but all those sheetless Klan, Nazis and other lil dick white men will all be returning to work. Get they ass fired. Call the police even, they look suspicious. 9. Okay, backing up number 8, if any white person at your work, or as you enter in spaces and you overhear a white person praising the actions from yesterday, first, get a pic. Get their name and more info. Hell, find out where they work, get them fired. But certainly address them, and, if you need to, you got hands, use them. 10. Commit to 2 things, fighting white supremacy where and how you can. This doesn't mean taking up knitting, unless you're making scarves for black and brown kids in need, and funding black and brown people and their work. These disgusting demands would be met with a media hailstorm if made about any other race. Imagine what would happen if white people demanded that black people stop committing crime at 2,700% the rate that white people do. If white people issued a list to black people, asking them to stop committing rapes at sky-high rates compared to white men, what do you think would happen? CNN would be all over it, like white on rice, yet for some reason the mainstream media is dead silent. CNN and their squad of liberal-controlled news stations want you to think that whites are responsible for every single problem in the entire world, and they won't air any information that disproves that narrative. Statistics have routinely shown us that crime and race are directly linked, but this is something that liberals would rather ignore. They want to tell you that blacks commit more crime, because of oppression, when it's really the opposite. They live in a vile, disgusting culture that encourages violence, welfare abuse, and gangbanging, all condoned by the Democrats, who claim it's just their way of life. Is it any wonder that people from such a lifestyle can't become successful? Liberals are the biggest reason why the black community cannot seem to get its act together. They routinely instill blacks with a victim complex, claiming that it's society's fault, it's our fault, oh those poor little babies, they can't do anything for themselves. It's time that we stop this disgusting race baiting and start holding people accountable for their own actions. Then, and only then, Will we begin to see poverty-stricken communities begin to lift themselves up out of the ghetto? Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.